Hi, today it is I don't know why I was about to say August but or April, but it's August 14, 2026. It is 2:14 p.m. and I just came back from covering for one of my coworkers today, and I'm tired and exhausted, and I was a lot in my head today. And something that I'm not sure if I'm ready to say out loud yet, but here we go. Is I'm confused about my personality. Like I feel like a lot of people they can pinpoint what their personality is. Like, oh, like I like going out and like I like hanging out with people. I love being around people all the time. And some people are like, I want to stay in, like read books. I don't know, like write. And the problem with me is I'm both of those. And I can't really tell. I've been like since I was younger, I've been trying to figure out what my personality is, because a part of me, and I can't tell if it's like if I'm rejecting the like introverted part of me because of how my parents used to like shame me for wanting time to myself, because I was trying to separate myself, like put barriers in like with me and them, because they were hurting me emotionally, and I didn't know how else to deal with them. And I don't know if I've internalized the like them shaming me, them treating me as if I was a horrible kid for wanting time to myself and wanting to draw inside the RV instead of like after a day where I spent like hanging out with my family outside of my will. um and wanting to just relax and draw and not wanting to spend time outside watching television just so what I can like sit there and do nothing and not talk. I would choose to draw. Like I like doing things, okay? Anyway, so I'm not sure if I need some digging in myself to kind of like be okay with being introverted, and not really wanting to go out, and just accepting that I'm not as outgoing as I thought I was, or outgoing as I wish I was. But there's also part of me that do like to go out, like and about, and just explore things, and I get excited when I meet new people. Um, Sometimes it's like half and half, because like nowadays or like recently, I feel like because I have so many things going on in my brain and a lot of things I want to do, and a lot of uncertainty when it comes to my finances and like how stable my life is going to be. I feel like I'm more in myself, like I'm more in my head and less like outgoing, and less I would say less like talkative, I would say. But that's mostly because I've also been trying to not feel the pressure, or to not give in to the pressure to talk when there's like an awkward silence, when there's a silence. I don't know why it's called awkward silence, it's just silence. um so yeah, I really can't tell. I feel like, and after my shift today, um I like it's always awkward with me and work because I'm not sure like how to balance out like talking versus actually doing my job. Like I do either or, like in the extreme. And if I start talking, if you start getting my gears up, like I get honed in on us talking, that I forget all the other details. So I typically want to start, like, especially if I'm doing something new, like if it's a new shift or if it's, a new position, I would typically kind of hone in first, like lock in and think about what I'm doing instead of focusing on the talking aspect of it, because that is my job and I am getting paid to do my job. So my priority is in that first. And sometimes, like, and I know I just articulated it, my batteries, my camera's battery is low, and that's why I looked like kind of like silently in the screen, at the screen. But I okay, hold on. I'm gonna connect to my phone real quick here so we don't get cut off. Camera, where art thou? Nope. Insta. Okay, Insta 360. I keep forgetting that's what it's called. But and there, so I do that, and I know I do it like that, but there are times that kind of like confuse me because I guess in my mind, I want to be viewed one way. Like, I want to be viewed as somebody who's friendly, someone who is open to talk to people. And like, you can reach out to me and we can talk about things, and I don't mind, like, silences, like, I can talk about anything. That's because, like, my interests are like, I'm used to being the person who's like not, like, doesn't understand, like, a lot of pop culture, or like a lot of popular TV shows. Like, I haven't watched them, like stuff like that. I'm used to be the person who's kind of like the odd one, like the oddball. So I can, like, if people are willing to sit with me like long enough, I like, I'm willing to talk to them about anything. And but it has to be mutual. Like, they have to not, like, they have to be open to what I have to say, and our goal for the conversation has to be understanding each other. And that's it. Like, I feel like that's how I am. Um, and that's how I want to be seen as. But there are times where I'm wondering, like, where I'm not, like, speaking as much as I thought I should be doing. Um, that I get worried, I guess, sometimes that people think I'm not friendly, that people think I'm quiet. That has that was so hard for me to say out loud. I think the word quiet has a impact on me because that's how my parents have always perceived me as. That's how my parents, like, viewed me growing up, and they didn't really care that I was quiet. And by quiet, I mean, like, could not, like, it's kind of like, it's borderline like mutism, where I could not speak any, like anything more than 2 words, and they thought it was fine because, well, I was getting A's in my classes, so I guess it's okay. um and in fact, like, they preferred that, like, they preferred that version of me much more, because like, that means I couldn't speak out and, like, call them out on things that they've said, and I can't talk back to them, like, talk back at them. And when I started doing that, they started acting up. So being, like, quiet, like being called quiet, has a lot of kind of like emotional, like, weight on me. I feel like that it's like, it scares me when someone thinks I'm that way, because I guess it makes me feel like I'm back when I couldn't speak about my needs, like when I couldn't speak about my opinions, didn't even know about my opinions, and that I'm like constricted into this like ball of myself that couldn't do anything, like to help herself or to, go after things she wants. I didn't expect it to be that deep or vulnerable. I don't know. But yeah, I guess I wasn't expecting to like say that out loud too. I feel like this is the first time I've said that. Um, but yeah, I mystery solved. Like we figured out why it was like it's like hard for me to like it's kind of like I guess I I find it like that I try to avoid or like when I'm put in situations where people would like outside of me, like people who like barely know me, um, could view me from the third perspective, like bird's eye perspective, that I'm quiet. I think like that's what I want to avoid. But at the same time, like I'm not actively like because I used to try to avoid it at all costs, and I would like every time there's a like silence, like I said, I would fill it in. But now I'm trying to get to the other side where I'm okay with silence, and I'm not bending over backwards to please whatever image other people have of me, and that requires me facing that maybe like strangers or like people who are not like my friends, um or maybe even my friends, could see me as somebody who's quiet or see me as somebody who is being quiet, like not just like personality, like she's quiet, but like she is being quiet today, like something like that, or she's low energy today or something like that. That's not as bad for me actually, because that could just mean I'm tired. But yeah, that's definitely something we need to unpack. I'm sorry I don't have the answers right now. I'm just like putting it all out there. Um, and I need to look at my time because I have a meeting at 3. This is just my break from working. Because I haven't had my break yet. But so I yeah. I'm trying to sit in all of these like uncomfortable emotions where I like am in a place where like if I'm doing my job I could be seen as somebody who's quiet, and I guess I'm just gonna have to kind of like sit with that and be okay with it. Um and also yeah, I I guess I'm also afraid of how other people perceive me, like thinking about how they would perceive me, like who is this person, like what is she like that scares me. And like sometimes, and it's like I feel like I tend to overthink it way too much. And like, cause what the hell is outgoing, like what does outgoing mean, what does energetic mean, like I don't understand. um I don't know. And sometimes it's like cause I don't understand like the category for this or like the label, because some people would say like, oh, I'm not talkative, or like I don't talk that much, or like I don't like talking to people. And then like you talk to them and you're like, "Oh, you're joking, right?" Like it's, I don't understand. Like I keep trying to like kind of like see if there's like a gauge, like a line, but there's nothing. And it's like it's just people say words and they mean differently to everybody. Like they mean like me, like quiet probably means different for me than it is for you, or like being outgoing is probably different for me than it is like for you. So it's really hard to like pinpoint it, and like label yourself as anything, because like more than likely people are gonna disagree with you. Like if you put out there like I am introverted, I am extroverted, or like I am outgoing, or I don't like talking to people. Like I, if you kind of like blast it out there, like I'm pretty sure there are some people that are gonna come out to you and say you're wrong. Like that's not true because such and such and such. Like remember this time when blah blah blah. And then it's gonna be a never-ending cycle because you're never gonna come into a consensus, and you're just gonna have to accept that fact that you need to stop. I need to stop looking for outside validation of who I am, because I can make that decision myself and end it there. But yeah, that's it. I don't know how we got there, but we did. And thank you for listening till the end of this video. I really appreciate you. We are almost halfway through this challenge. I can't believe how slow it's taking. I kind of thought we would be it would be over, but we are still not even halfway through. It's like 2-ish more days, 2 to 3 days, like to get over that bump of halfway through. But we are gonna keep going, and I'm just gonna keep yapping. And there's a lot of changes going on right now, okay, in my vicinity, like in my life, in my friend's life, and you're probably gonna be witness to that. I'm not gonna say too much, of course, like because I can't really say, like personal things about people I know. I can say personal things about me though, like because like I made that decision for myself. But yeah, you're gonna see my state throughout the next 2 weeks and how it's gonna be like. And yeah, I hope you get something from it. I don't know, but that's it for now. I will see you tomorrow.